Hey everybody! In today's video, I'm going to show you an amazing petite collage with just 3 colors of ink that create all of those beautiful images that you saw. Now I am using splash inks. I love splash inks. I actually got to meet the inventor of these inks, and the genius part of this system is that there are only 4 inks in the set. There's a magenta, a blue, and a yellow, and then a black. And they give you all of these mixing formulas for mixing hundreds and hundreds of custom colors. And that comes with your set of the inks. So I'll link you to that below. I'm inking up a petite and then using this beautiful Carabelle Studios stamp to lift a pattern out of it, in this case the butterflies. This stamp is so incredibly detailed, and yet all of that detail shows up when you do this technique. I will speed this up just a little bit because I'm going to be repeating this process to cover the entire piece of copy paper. Even my Brayer cleaning sheet is so beautiful. I actually ended up using that Brayer cleaning sheet in an art journal page, which I will show you at a future time. It's such a beautiful color combo, and these inks have a certain amount of transparency to them depending on how thin you put them on. And so they layer beautifully and you don't get mud, and I'm such a huge fan. So I have a few other small Carabelle Studios stamps. This is a bird, which I just love. And you'll see in the final print how much detail I get from these butterflies and these birds. But then I also have just some background texture that you'll see little hexagons and some little grids. As I move around this piece of copy paper, which like I said, it'll be eventually completely covered, I am alternating what colors of ink I'm using so that a blue one is maybe next to a yellow one, is maybe next to a pink one, so that they don't look all the same. And I'm doing that by varying the amount of each ink I put down. So here you can see I only used blue and yellow, and I got this beautiful springy green with the little butterflies in it. Then on this one, I will switch to a more yellow with just a touch of red, and you can see how versatile and colorful these ink mixing formulas can be with just this single super economical medium. I just love it so much. I don't clean my stamps after I've removed the texture. I usually just stamp off, as you've seen me do on my Brayer cleaning sheet, or sometimes I'll take that inked stamp and stamp into my art journal. I love having my art journal next to me when I'm doing this type of a project, because whether it's cleaning my Brayer or taking an inked stamp and stamping on a page, it's a very no waste process, which is fun. It also sort of takes the pressure off of you to start that first blank page in your art journal, which can be so terrifying. If you're just sort of mindlessly adding color through cleaning your Brayer or using some excess ink from a stamp, you've got it started and there's nothing intimidating about it. And it's going to end up being a beautiful bottom layer for whatever you choose to do in your journal. Now I'm sort of studying the composition and looking for color balance again. And I'm just amazed at how big of a rainbow I get, which is these 3 ink colors throughout this process. Now, any of the gel press petites will work just like this. I'm using it just like a stamp so that I can see where I'm placing each one of the circles. But if you wanted to use the hexagon plate or any of our fun shaped petite plates, this type of collage is so easy and quick and interesting to do. Of course, you can use paint, traditional paint, if you'd like. I happen to like the transparency of these inks and the way that they blend to make secondary colors. Once I have the main part of this print done, then I will go around the edges, because my goal is not to have any white space that isn't printed on the paper. So I know you can see some white edges now, but I will fix that. You can use any stamp, rubber or clear, to add the textures that you see me adding. I'm kind of gravitating towards these butterflies. I'll link you to that stamp. It's beautiful because it's a big long border stamp. So you can pick up different butterflies all the way down that big long stamp. It's even longer, I believe, than a slimline card. It sticks way up out of my my stamp storage bin. So it's perfect for long borders. It's perfect for not having a repetitive design, but you have just enough of the texture in there that you can see. You can see it overlap from one circle to the next, and you can see even the patterns overlapping in that one little spot in the corner. It's really kind of amazing. So here I had left myself sort of a white edge, and we'll fix that up. And this comes together very, very quickly. Now, the reason that I'm doing an 8.5 by 11 piece of copy paper versus something that's the size of a card front is I am making this to glue into my art journal to make a really cohesive 2-page spread. So I will be just gluing the whole thing down. That happens to be the size of my art journal, so that one 8.5 by 11 piece of copy paper, I can glue it in and it covers 2 pages, which is the reason that I chose that journal. And I can also link you to my journal below. But this is such a fantastic, fun process. It's so easy. It doesn't require any technical printing skill at all. It's really a lot more like stamping than it is like printing. And that's one of the reasons that I love using the Petites. And you automatically have some structure in the print because that repeated circular design, or the hexagon or the square, whatever you choose. The little triangle is a really fun one to do this sort of collage style with. So whatever petite you choose, you're adding structure to the background with whatever that shape is, and you're sort of giving the entire thing an overall design that is featuring that sort of relaxing repeated shape. So this is what this colorful, amazing, multicolored print looks like out of just 3 inks. That's pretty darn hard to beat for 3 different inks. Now, I didn't use the black. If you wanted to use the black, you would get more muted, less bright colors. I like the really bright colors, so that's what I went with here today. So here is the finished print. Head over to my blog for more information, and thanks so much for watching.